Hi, everybody. My hair is looking very blue, and I don't like it. Some people like the blue, but no, the black is bleeding into my blonde, and it is driving me crazy. So I'm going to try to wash this and strip the blonde again. But now I'm thinking about maybe just doing the blonde either red. My husband wants me to do a bright red. Oh my God, my nose is itchy. Pardon me. My allergies are so bad right now. My hubby wants me to do it bright red, like blood red, or I want to do it bright green. If you remember, look back to some of my thumbnails and you'll see me with this acid green, like bright green hair. Look at this dude. Oh my God, look at him. Look at my little bat. This is my little Batman. In case you're wondering why I adore this guy so much, he does kind of look like a bat. And he also looks a little bit like a gargoyle when he has his wings on. I always called him my gargoyle. Anyway, my hair is getting so long. Oh, are you tucking your nose in Mommy's hair? Little man. His insulin went down 2 ticks, 2 cc's. He was at 8, then he was at 7, then he was 6, now he's at 5. Oh my God, that little sigh. Anyway, I just wanted to pop on and say, hey, my nose is itchy. I'm feeling a little rough. I've been working on editing like some old videos that I never got around to editing and uploading because October happened and I did all the October stuff. I do still have my nails on. Gonna make an appointment to get fills because they're really growing out now. See that? Ooh, I gotta get them filled. And I already know the next nail gig that I want, the next colors. They're not really colors. Black is one of them. But I already know the next nail design that I want. I found it. Oh my God. Wait, the TV's on. I need to turn the TV down. Wait, off. Turn the sound down. There, okay. I have the TV on, so it's like, and I usually don't, but there we go. His hair's growing back. Look, he's got little old man hair growing back on his mohawk. He used to have a mohawk, and after his problems with diabetes started, he lost his hair, which is really odd. His little mohawk just kind of like went away. He's so tiny, my little tiny bat. Anyway, what was I saying? So I just want to jump on and say, hey, some of the videos that you might see coming up are going to be older ones. I was in Detroit in September, and Jeremy and I recorded a Faygo tier list that is, oh my God, it's an editing nightmare for me. That's why it's taken me so long to do it, because it ended up being like an hour and 40 minutes long. And I kept saying, Jeremy, we have to keep it short and sweet to the point. And you know, Jeremy likes to really get in depth with his reviews and his impressions of things. So he was just, I mean, I love doing reviews with Jeremy and he's very thorough. But for me as an editor, it's like, dude, just shorten to the point. Come on. It still ended up being an hour and 41 minutes of footage. And there is no way I'm subjecting anyone to an hour and 41 minutes of watching me and Jeremy taste Faygos. So I need to really edit that down like a lot. And I've been working on it, but I can only do it in little bits because it's just overwhelming and my brain just shuts off after a while. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy. Is anyone else having really bad allergy problems right now? It's been unseasonably warm here, and it's like my spring allergies kicked in all over again. It's really bizarre. It's like it's like a reset of my allergies. It's been terrible. So also my throat might sound a little scratchy and I look really rough. I have a headache. On Sunday at 4 in the afternoon, I decided, screw it, I'm going to go get a flu shot and a booster, a COVID booster. So I went and got it. I have had every COVID booster that they possibly make, which some people, I know they're not into. I know if you're not into getting vaccines and everything, that's cool. I know it's kind of funny. I'll tell you a really quick funny story about that. For, I want to say like a decade, when I moved out here, I was very anti-vaccine. I wouldn't get flu shots. I wouldn't get anything. Never got flu shots. I was like, no, I'm not putting that stuff in my body, blah, blah, blah. But when I get the flu, I have a lot of new people. Hi, new people. I'm Mare. I'm chatting on my couch, and this is a very informal video. It's just like a little catch up because it's been a weird beginning in November already. I'm still like reeling and recovering from October. So it's the beginning of November, and I feel like I haven't even started November yet. I need to like get on it. But God, I can't even think straight. Oh, I was saying I was like super anti-vaccine because I was, like when I went 100% vegan and everything back in 2015, I was like, I'm not putting anything in my body that's not natural, and I'm not having any chemicals, and I don't want anything. Also, I don't know if you knew this, but most like vaccines, they use chicken eggs to actually like make the vaccines. And so technically vaccines aren't vegan. If you look it up, it's really interesting. I did a lot of research on it. And I know someone who works in a lab here. Actually, my Reiki teacher, Mark, my Reiki level 3, well, he did 2, 3, and 4 for me. My Reiki master, he doesn't like being called a master, but he's an awesome guy. He's also a scientist. He works in a lab here in Pennsylvania. And he was telling me about how they use chicken eggs for the vaccines to like, I don't know, grow the vaccines, whatever you want to say. I don't know what the technical word is. So technically vaccines, I think most vaccines, I'm not sure. I haven't ever really looked into it, but they're not vegan. And I was like, I'm not getting a vaccine. They're not vegan. Yeah. Anyway, and then me being sick every year, like constantly. I caught everything all the time. My husband was taking the bus, the Mart's bus, which is this commuter bus from Pennsylvania to New York every day, 5 days a week. He was commuting from the Poconos to New York City to his office. So he would drive to the bus stop. He'd be on the bus for like 90 minutes to sometimes 2 or 3 hours on a bad day. If there was accidents and stuff. I'm sorry I keep like scratching my nose. I'm not picking my nose. I'm scratching my nose with my knuckle. Just for the record, my nose is very itchy. So he would like get on the bus at, I don't know, 3:45 in the morning, 4:15, 4:30, and get to work, and he'd go to Penn Station, and then he'd go to his office from there. And for all that time, he was just going into New York City on this bus. Well, the bus was like a giant metal can of germs. And he would catch everything. And if he wouldn't catch it, he would bring it home and I would catch it. So I was like constantly sick for like years. And then just, I don't know, like 3-4 years ago, I said, screw it, I can't take it anymore. And I started getting flu shots. And I remember the first year, I think it was 2019, might have been the first year that I went the whole year without getting the flu. And I was like, this is the greatest thing of my life. Oh my God. So I started getting like flu shots every year. And also my doctor's like, you should get a flu shot every year. Also, it's not safe for me to get the flu because I have something called vasovagal syncope. It's a thing I was born with. And when I get sick, I'm prone to blackouts and passing out. So what happens is if I'm going to throw up at all or vomit, I pass out like before I do. So I'll go, oh, I feel sick. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And then instead of throwing up, I just completely, if I'm standing up, I will fall down like a building falling, like timber, like I will fall down. Yes, I've hurt myself a bunch of times. On way back in my Instagram, I think there's old pictures of me with like bruises on my lips, bruises on my cheeks, bruises on my forehead, because when I would get sick all the time, my husband was out of the state. You know, he was in New York and I'm in Pennsylvania, and I would get sick and I'd feel woozy. I'd go to the bathroom, and I would get to the bathroom like, it's okay, I made it to the bathroom. And then I would wake up on the floor and I would have like a split lip or a black eye on the corner or something. It was terrible. And you know, bruises and whatever. And my one dog that I had, Allie, who was a black standard poodle, she was kind of like a service dog when I felt like I was going to be woozy. She was a really big poodle. She was like 70 pounds. She was huge. And what, do you hear something? Oh, you hear something. Oh my God. Sorry, we need to take a dude break. Dude. Oh, he's so sleepy. He had his insulin shot in his breakfast. Now he's sleepy. Anyway, back to Allie. I miss Allie so much. Allie was, now I'm going to get all choked up. I miss Allie so much. She was like one of the best dogs in my life. But Allie would, when I would go in the bathroom or I felt sick, what I would do is I would loop my hand through her collar. And Allie actually, if I passed out or anything, she would come find me and like wake me up and make sure I was okay. And she, if I knew I was going to pass out or feel sick, I would call her. She would come right. She always went in the bathroom with me. She'd follow me everywhere. And she really saved me like so many times, because what I would do is if I felt like I was going to pass out, I would sit down and I would loop my hand through her collar and I would lean, like drape myself kind of over her back. And I've passed out on that dog before. And she would make sure that I didn't like fall on the floor and hurt myself. So she was like R.I.P. Allie. She was like the best poodle in the world. She was so good. And I really miss having a dog like that around that was like kind of like a service dog. Unfortunately, I haven't had the passing out problems as much, but that's one of the reasons that I get a flu shot and I get shots, because I need to prevent myself from getting the flu as much as possible. Because for most people, they just get the flu and they're miserable. For me, if I get the flu, I am so prone to blackouts and passing out that I can end up really hurting myself. I've gotten concussions in the past. I went to emergency from concussions from passing out. That's how I found out I had this. But it's a really weird thing. If you want to look it up, it's vasovagal is the nerve that, vasovagal nerve is a nerve that runs along like, I think your neck and kind of your ear into your brain kind of thing. But what it does is it has a lot to do with your equilibrium. It does a lot of stuff. But mine is like malfunctioning vasovagal nerve. So I have a malfunctioning one. And syncope is like when you just kind of black out. But the way it was explained to me is when I get in a situation where I feel certain things like stress me out or I get panicky or whatever, or anxiety, the doctor said basically what happens is your body, your vasovagal nerve over responds. And what it does is it sends all the blood, like instead of like my blood in my body flowing right and leveling out, basically I get lightheaded. All the blood like rushes to my feet and I get lightheaded and I pass out. And he said the reason you pass out and you black out is your body wants you to be horizontal so that your blood flow will level out again and things will level out. When I went to emergency, when my mom took me to emergency when I was a teenager, because I had food poisoning and I went in the bathroom and I was going to throw up, and I was standing in the bathroom and I was going to lean over the toilet, and instead she heard a big boom. And, or no, it wasn't my mom. It was my roommate at the time, because I was 18. I was still a teenager, 18 or 19. No, 19. I was 19, but I had a roommate and I had moved out and I had an apartment and I had a roommate. God, my head hurts. I can't think straight. But he heard a big boom in the bathroom because I had food poisoning. And he's like, oh my God, are you okay? And I had hit my head on the bathtub and I had like a golf ball size bump on my head right here. I told this story in videos before, but anyway, he called my mom. My mom took me to emergency, and that's where they were like, yeah, you have a mild concussion, blah, blah, blah. But then this doctor was like, well, why did you pass out? And it was the first time in my life that anyone asked, why did you pass out before you threw up? And again, if you heard the story before, I always said I thought everyone passed out before they threw up, because I did that my whole life. And my mom said when I was a baby, she'd be like burping me or whatever. And she said I would go completely limp in her arms. Like she thought I fell asleep, and then I would wake up and I go, bleh, and I'd like puke a little bit. What's that called? Burp up, when babies do the little burp up thing and they go, bleh. I would go completely limp and pass out, but she didn't know I was passing out because I was a baby and she was holding me. So she just thought I was like dozing off, but then I would wake up and burp up. So she didn't even realize I was passing out because she just thought, you know, it's like, oh, she's like falling asleep or whatever. Like this guy. Sorry, I have to keep looking at him. He's so cute. Oh my God. Oh, the cuteness. With the little arm. It's like, stop disturbing me, woman. Stop disturbing me, mama. So when I was a kid, I mean, I grew up, I just always passed out and everything. I don't know why my mom never, or doctors never thought it was a thing. All the time I spent at doctors, I was a very sick kid. When I was a little kid, I was sick all the time. And I don't know why no doctor ever, like, I guess just back then, they were like, yeah, whatever. Or my mom didn't think to mention it. I don't know. It never came out that I passed out all the time. I was always, every time I got the flu, my mom would come in my bedroom when I was a little kid and I was on the floor. I'd fall out of bed. Once I fell out of bed and I was under my desk. I actually fell out of bed and like crumpled up and like ended up under the desk somehow. But usually when I have an episode like that, I feel like, say, okay, I go, like pretend I feel like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick. And I'll get, like my head starts like feeling really weird. I feel really weird and I start like fading, like everything starts fading out. But I don't realize I'm blacking out. It's really hard to explain. I think I've even thought to myself, oh, I'm okay. I'm not going to black out. I'm fine. I can get to the bathroom, whatever. And then the next thing I know, I wake up. And when I wake up, I'm horizontal. So somehow I've fallen or I'm on the floor or something. And I wake up and I'll open my eyes. And as I open my eyes, everything is black. And then I always say it reminds me of like a movie where like my eyes are trying to focus and I just see a little bit of light and then the room starts coming into focus. As if there's like one little point, like usually the floor that's in focus. Then the room starts appearing and I look around. And for the first like 10 to 20 seconds, I have no idea where I am, even if I'm in my house. I don't know where I am. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got there. And I forget that I was sick or anything happened. And then I go, and then the nausea will start again. I'll be like, oh yeah, I was sick. I'm going to throw up. And then I'll be on the floor and I'll like, so I don't throw up. I don't pass out again. Then at that point, after I wake up from passing out, then I'll like throw up, right? The bad thing is I had at least one time which is where this gets really scary. I had one time where I passed out and I fell backwards. So I was laying like this on the floor and then I threw up and I woke up and it was like in my hair. It was all over me. But that's when you can aspirate and that's how people die. Was it Mama Cass? Old like 1960s. I think that's how she died. No, wasn't that the ham sandwich thing? No, that was something else. But you can actually die, you know, because you pass out and then you throw up and then you aspirate it and you actually end up choking to death or whatever. So it's really scary to me that I even have this. So I try to be very careful and not get sick. This is a very long roundabout way of saying that's why I get vaccinated. Because I need to avoid getting sick as much as possible. And sometimes the vaccines help and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Hi, Liddy. Oh, no, that's not Liddy. That's the bun. Oh, hold on. The bun is here. Hold on. Don't growl at your sissy. Oh, my God. You're so mean. You're so mean. She's not even close to you. He's like, don't walk on me. Don't be mean. Bunny. Bunny, what are you doing? Bunny. Bunny. Oh, she's going to walk all over me. Okay, now the bun is laying on me. Bun, you're crushing mommy. You're crushing the mommy, Bun. Bun, you're crushing the mommy. All right. She's laying on me and I can't breathe. And dude doesn't like anyone bothering him when he's under his blanket and sleeping. Listen listen to you. She's not even bothering you. She's nowhere near you. He's such a crab. He's always done that, you guys. He doesn't attack. He doesn't bite. He doesn't fight with anyone. He's just vocal when anybody gets too close to him. He resource guards his mama. So he gets jealous. And that's an after effect of his older brother, Voodoo. Voodoo was, he's stretching out the little foot now. Oh, big sigh. Voodoo was like my love of my life, number one guy, sweet boy. My son, I always say, the only dog that I ever absolutely called my son. And I lost him in 2019, but I got him first, and then little dude came along after. And Voodoo was very, very, very dominant. He's like, dude's like, yeah, we don't care. He's not here anymore. It's all about me now. So he was always like, Voodoo was my right-hand man, and he was second in command. So Voodoo tended to bully the dude a little bit. He would push him around. Voodoo would not let dude he would do exactly what dude just did to the bun. He would do that to him. So it's like Voodoo would lay up here by me, and he would not let dude lay up here by me. Dude would be relegated to laying by my feet. I'm very sorry, dude. Which is another reason that dude is now so attached to me and always near me and very protective and very attached, because he finally, after 13 years with me, he is finally the only boy in the house. Yes, you are the mama's boy and the only boy in the house. He's like, stop talking. I'm trying to sleep here. So he's very protective now. And sorry, I'm like scratching. Come here, let me see. I'm scratching your nose. Oh, scratching your nose. I'm scratching her nose. She loves that. She's like, ooh. Ooh, the tongue's sticking out. Ooh. God, this is like the most tangenty, weird thing ever. Anyway, I also got my 5th COVID booster. And it's so weird. So I have no real stance on vaccines. Here's my stance on vaccines. If they work for you, get them. If they don't work for you, you don't like them, don't get them. It's like Jeffree Star Cosmetics. If you don't like him, don't buy them. If you don't like somebody, don't watch their channel. You don't have to go tell the world about it. It's like, do what works for you. We don't all need to know about it. The only reason I'm sharing this is because I kind of have a medical condition that, I kind of need to protect myself as much as possible. So in that case, if you need to do something like that, then it's different. But I also, as I said, I did not protect myself with any vaccines for a long time. And I ended up injuring myself and passing out all the time. And I was constantly sick. It was just stupid. So now it's like I'm getting vaccinated. I got vaccinated for shingles. I got vaccinated for pneumonia. I got vaccinated. I get my flu vaccine every year. Last year, the flu vaccine was crap and it didn't work. I think I got the flu twice. And they even said, oh, well, we did I don't know how much you know about vaccines, like especially the flu vaccines, but my best friend Jamie is a family practice urgent care doctor. So I kind of have the 411 on vaccines and all the stuff about them. But the thing about the flu vaccine is they have to guess which variant or which flu is going to be probably the one most people will get. And then that's what they make a vaccine for. Well, they had an oopsie last winter, and they did a vaccine for a flu that ended up not being the one that everyone was getting. And of course, I caught the one that the vaccine wasn't for, because they're just like COVID, there's variants of the flu, and every year it's a different flu strain that's going on. So whatever strain they think it's going to be. So it's kind of like a crapshoot. They have to guess it's not just a straight guess. They're using numbers, and they're kind of trying to quantify what will probably be the one that's going to go around. Right, Bun? But they did the wrong one last year. And of course, that's why I got sick like twice. I got the flu twice. But it's still, it wasn't as bad and didn't last as long as it probably could have. So the vaccine probably helped a little bit, at least a tiny little bit. But I will say, I have heard so many stories of people getting like COVID vaccines and the vaccines don't work. They're like, I am fully vaccinated and I got sick anyway. And I've heard so many people say that, and a lot of YouTubers too. They're like, I got every COVID vaccine and I still caught it. Well, me, luckily, I don't know what it is. I think it's my immune system. There's something about my immune system, but I've also told this story. I think I was one of probably the first, in the first hundreds of thousands or whatever people to get COVID. My husband was working in Manhattan and everyone in his office got sick. I got sick. He got sick. Then I got sick. It was February of 2020. And I thought I had to go to the hospital. And I was so sick and I didn't realize until looking back. And I talked to like several doctors and we all agreed, yeah, I had COVID back in February of 2020 before it was even a huge thing, because my hubby was working in New York and we actually looked back at it. And it's funny how in retrospect you can look back and everyone in his office was out with the same thing at the same time. I'm like, that's weird because that never happens with like the flu or, oh my God, look at this now. That never happens with like the flu or anything. You know, people will get it here and there, but I think COVID went through his whole office and it's like everyone got it. And then he brought it home and gave it to me, which was not cool. But anyway, but yeah, I got it in February of 2020. And then I spent all of 2020 with almost like what is it called? Long haul syndrome problems. I ended up developing asthma and I couldn't even get into a doctor to figure anything out until November of 2020. And by then we were just trying to figure out like the antibodies I had and things going on in my body. She's like, you definitely had like a massive, kind of infection or something going on. So I had kind of like the after effects of it, but it was so long and it was frustrating because in February of 2020, I wanted to go see doctors. I wanted to figure out what was going on, but that was when it was first starting. Nobody even knew what it was. And remember, 2 weeks. Remember that was when everyone heard in March, like, oh, it's only 2 weeks. Just stay home for 2 weeks and then we're all going to be fine. Remember all that bullshit? Yeah. There, I said it. All that bullshit. Just stay home 2 weeks. Everything will be fine. Totally back to normal. And we all believed it because, yeah. And then it was 4 weeks. Then it was 6 weeks. Then it was the whole year. And then life was canceled. And don't get me started. Anyway, but everything shut down. I couldn't get to see a doctor. I couldn't get to see anybody. Back when I had it, there were no COVID tests available. There were, but I had the whole thing. I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't taste anything. My whole body, my skin actually hurt. Like my skin felt like pins and needles all over. I felt like I was on fire. It was terrible. It was like the worst thing I ever had. And thank God, after I had that, like, knock on wood, it's now the end of 2022 and I never got COVID again. Go figure. It's really weird. I know that immunity doesn't last that long, but as soon as the first vaccine was available, I'm like, I'm getting it. I don't freaking care. Because when I was sick, I was like, that was the worst thing that I ever had. I never want to feel like that again. I was having panic attacks when I had it because I thought my whole body was like in revolt. I was like, I need to go to the hospital immediately. And the thing was, I had like the first wave of it. I think I had the first wave that came into the United States when it came into like New York and on the West Coast and like Washington State, I think, and all that. It's like, unfortunately, my husband was working in Manhattan. So remember Manhattan, like everybody had it. It was really terrible in Manhattan. Yeah, well, I'm one of the poor people who got the first wave of it that went through Manhattan and killed a lot of people. And I swear there was times when I was sick, I thought, this is what's going to kill me. I'm going to die. I felt so terrible. and it was like the worst. Hi, B. Oh my God, look at this girl. So I am off on a huge tangent again. But anyway, I just am like, I'm getting, I've gotten all my vaccines because I'm like, screw it. I keep getting the vaccines and I hope I'm not jinxing it. Knock on wood. Knock, knock, knock. Jokingly, knocking on wood. I don't have anything wood here. Wait, my couch has wood in it. Knock, knock. I have gotten sick a few times. When I got the flu twice, I took COVID tests. It was negative. I have a whole bunch of COVID tests. I have come up negative anytime. The 2 times I've gotten sick since 2020, I've only been sick twice, I think, really badly. And it was just the flu and it was negative for COVID. And I took like 4 COVID tests. So it's weird. I know the vaccine doesn't work for everyone with it, but somehow it seems to work for me. And I think it's that everybody is so different. And that's the thing. It's like vaccines work for some people and they don't work for some people. For me, they work, so I get them. And again, all this to say in a 30-minute roundabout way, I am really taking it easy. I have been my immune system is challenged because Sunday I got a flu shot in my left arm and a COVID shot in my right arm. So I'm exhausted. My body is like, what'd you do to me? But I prefer to get it all out of the way at once and feel like crap for a few days, and then I can get on with life. I don't want to get one shot and then go back and get the other shot. And then I like have 2 weeks I feel like crap. It's like, just give me all the shots, let me feel like crap, and let me get it over with. So I did have a dog that I was dog sitting. Coconut was here this past weekend. I was dog sitting him, and I had to groom him yesterday. But I just took my time. His parents went out of town, so I could take my time, and I took a few hours, just groomed Coconut, and he looked awesome. He looked adorable. And he went home yesterday. So I have not recorded anything new because I'm just so tired. I'm just drained. I am going to try to record later today. I'm going to get outside today and do some leaf blowing because it's sunny out and I want to get out in the sun. And the fresh air actually makes me feel better. So I want to go out and do that for a little bit. So I am going to get up now. Bun is not going to be happy because she's so cozy right now. Oh my God. The bee. It's my girl. I am like all cozy with the dogs, but I do have to get up. I have to go to the post office. I am mailing my prizes for the winners of my 7 and 800 giveaways. And, Jamie, who won my other one, my Unboxers on YouTube giveaway. So I have 3 things to mail. I have to go. I was going to do it yesterday, you guys, but I've just been like feeling like crap. So I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I didn't want to drive. I've had like a splitting headache. And I was so out of it and tired yesterday. I'm like, I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to drive. I'm definitely feeling better today, but I'm just a little headachy. But I went to sleep the last 2 nights. I was in bed between 7:30 and 8:30 at night. So this double vaccine thing, double whammy, really has taken it out on my energy and stuff. So, but I'm feeling better and I'm going to get up and get moving. And I think once I get moving, I'll feel better. And I'm going to jump in the shower. I'm going to try to get my hair blonde again. Let me know if you think I should leave it blonde in the front. I hate this blue. It looks like washed out blue. And it's a weird shade. So the black, it's not a permanent black. It's a semi-permanent. It's the Arctic Fox Transylvania, I think is what it's called. So it's a semi-permanent black. So it bleeds, so it's bleeding onto it's just bleeding onto the blonde and it's making it blue. So I don't know. I mean, I think I want to leave it blonde, but then that means I have to strip this color out again, which is stressing my hair out and I'm getting some breakage from it. Bun, you were really not wanting to let me up, are you? Just encroaching further and further onto me here. Her ears in my mouth. Or I could do it green or red. But I wanted to wait and do it either bright green or bright red. I was going to do it bright red for December for the holidays. So I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of want to leave it blonde or green. I don't know, bun. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Everybody's going to say something different, and then I'll probably just leave it blonde anyway. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because my arm is falling asleep holding my phone like this. Wait, I'll hold it this way. This hand is like now totally asleep. Bun, my hand doesn't work. My hand fell asleep holding my phone like this. But see, it's really pretty outside. It's like super sunny out. It's really nice out. So I'm going to go. I got to go to the grocery store. I have to go to the post office. Then I'm going to go outside. I'm going to let the birds free range today. And I'm going to do some leaf blowing because it's such a pretty day out. Wait, let me show you out that window. Ooh, pretty. Oh, I took down a whole bunch of Halloween decorations, but not all of them. That's still up because I love that on that wall. I don't know if my husband wants me to leave it up forever, but I totally love it. I think I'm going to end up moving it into my studio or something, but that's still like our little super Halloween-y corner right over there. And I still, my bats are still up. But I did kind of take down some of the Halloween stuff because I'm doing kind of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff now, so I'm going to get out some Christmas things. So it's going to be a mix of like Nightmare Before Christmas stuff and Halloween and Nightmare Before Christmas things, collectibles, and our Christmas stuff. So that's going to be a mix, but I don't put Christmas stuff up until December. I can't. I know a lot of people love it. I'm just like, I'm not that into it. I like the whole Yule thing, if you know what I mean. I'm more into Yule in the winter. Hi. Oh, now Eliza's here. Hi, Eliza. Hi, baby. It's the Snurf. It's the Snurf. New people, this is Eliza, also known as Prudence. Dear Prudence. Dear Prudence. Dear Prudence is her theme song. I always sing it to her. And I really screwed up by not naming her Prue, by not naming her Prudence. But, you know, she has a million nicknames anyway. Right, Prue? Prudence. Prudence. Ooh, scratchies. Everybody loves my nails. What? Oh. Girl, you are so... Oh, the nails. Oh. Miss Eliza needs to go to the vet for a checkup, and she needs a dental. Her teeth are atrocious. Mama got her teeth fixed. Now it's time to fix your teeth, baby. Yeah, you need to get your teeth fixed. Now that Dude is getting sorted, everybody's, you know, he's doing better, so now I can get Eliza to the vet, and she can get sorted out. And then Trudy also needs to go to the vet and get a checkup. Now I'm getting covered with dogs. In case you're wondering, I have 5 dogs. This is 3 of them. Lydia's down there somewhere. Trudy is downstairs sleeping in Dad's office, and I need to go get her and bring her upstairs so that she can have breakfast. But now I've got an Eliza here being adorable. Oh, Eliza. Eliza, Sophia. Her name at the shelter, at the rescue, was Sophia, which is a name I would not choose for a dog, but because it reminds me of Golden Girls Sophia, and you're anything but a Sophia. But so I found out that the lady, all the people who worked at the rescue, they would name the dogs that came in, and she named her Sophia after the rescue, the volunteer. I can't talk. The volunteer at the rescue named Eliza Sophia originally. Her name was Sophia when they brought her in. And she was named after the volunteer's dog that had passed away. So when she told me that, I felt kind of guilty. I'm like, well, now I feel bad. I don't want to change it. So I kept Sophia as like her middle name because I'm a weirdo. But I think it's cool. And it's like a little... so cute. Sorry. It's just like a little nod to that volunteer naming Eliza after her dog that had passed. So you know, I thought that was kind of sweet. So I call her Eliza Sophia all the time. And then there's the bun. The Luna bun. The iconic bun. If you're looking for Luna on Instagram, she is the iconic bun. Just look up iconic bun and you'll find her. And my niece Mads came up with the name iconic bun, which I thought was hilarious. And I kept it. I actually changed her Instagram name to iconic bun because Mads came up with that. And I thought it was so funny. It's like, she is the iconic bun. So she started out as Luna, and then it went to Luna Bun, and then it went to Bun, and then it went to Iconic Bun. And sometimes she's just known as the Bun. It's the Bun. So sleepy, Bun. Everybody had breakfast, and now they just all want to nap on me. But Mommy needs to get moving, you guys. But this is good because they all ate, and I've been chatting like, oh my God, I've been chatting so long. This is like the longest chat ever. But I feel like we're just like sitting around in my living room catching up. So, yeah, I am fully vaccinated and fully exhausted, but it's been a couple of days. I'm starting to feel better. I don't get any symptoms of anything other than I was very achy. All my joints were achy. Sunday night and Monday, I was just an achy mess. Everything hurt. Just like muscle aches. I don't know how to explain it. Like the muscle aches you get when you get the flu and stuff, but without getting the flu. So that was the only side effect. I had a little bit of chills last night, but that was about it. And headachy, a couple of headaches like coming and going. Other than that, and I feel like my throat is a little scratchy and sore, and I'm kind of stuffy, but that might be my allergies, so I don't know. But I feel like I'm catching a cold, but I'm not catching a cold, if that makes sense. That's how I feel from getting the 2 vaccines. But God, last year I got the shingles vaccine and the flu vaccine at the same time. That was a bad idea. Don't ever do it. That was a really bad idea. And you know what? I did get shingles too. I had shingles years ago. I think it was fall of 2018. I didn't have it really badly, but I got it bad enough that I was supposed to run the Allentown, the Runner's World Half Marathon. I was supposed to do that in fall of 2018, and I couldn't do it because I got shingles. It sucked. I was so pissed. And my brother had gotten shingles, and he said, oh my God, get the vaccine, because I guess the second time, if you have shingles come back a second time, it's much worse. And I was like, oh, I'm never getting shingles. But I had chickenpox when I was a little kid, and I had one of the worst cases of chickenpox like that the doctors had seen. It was really horrible. I was a mess. I had such bad chickenpox. So I don't know if you knew this. I never knew. I always heard shingles, and I'm like, what the hell is that? But I guess it's like it has to do with chickenpox, and when you've had chickenpox as a kid or whatever, and it can come back. And I'm like, oh man. I had all over like my stomach. I had this like all these bumps and this rash, and I was exhausted and muscle aches, and I was a mess. So it was bad. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. The good thing is if you get a shingles vaccine, it lasts like forever. It lasts like a really long time. So I got caught up on everything in the last couple of years. I got my tetanus shot, or no, early this year, my tetanus shot was due. This past spring, I got a tetanus shot, which I always get because I work in the yard a lot. I also, because I'm a dog groomer, if I stab myself with my scissors, God forbid, or something like that, or cut myself, and working, having like a little mini farm and all my birds and stuff, we're always doing stuff outside. And I'm always stepping on things or stabbing myself with things or whatever. So a tetanus shot is a good idea for me. I think it's a good idea for anybody, honestly. You don't want tetanus. It's nasty. So I am updated on everything. I have like pretty much every vaccine you can have. I think did I get my pneumonia one? I thought I did. I got to check. Oh crap. Was I supposed to get that and didn't? Why do I think I got it? I don't know. Anyway, I had pneumonia years ago and it was really bad. It was not like hospitalization pneumonia, but I had bronchitis and then it got worse. Then it turned into like walking pneumonia. It was really bad. So I'm very wary of that as well. Oh my God. Why? Why do you do this when, you know why she does this? She knows I have to get up and go somewhere. I love you. I love you, bee. The bee. Her tongue always sticks out, by the way, in case you're wondering. Always sticking out. Oh, the bun is a Chinese crested, in case you were wondering. And she was also a rescue. I have to tell Bun's story someday. Bun has quite a tragic start to Bun's life. Bun had a very tragic start to her life, but now you can tell she is just the most loved, spoiled creature on the planet. Her heartbeat is like right over my heartbeat, and it's kind of like making me all emotional. Oh my God. I have things to do. I have to go. Okay. Well, thanks for watching this journey and me just chatting about stuff. I didn't know what I was going to upload today. I do want to upload a makeup video today because I got some new stuff and I'm really excited to play with it. I also got a bunch of Black Craft Cult because Halloween, they kept having all the cool sales and things. And then they just had a 40% off sale. And I'm like, the last thing I need is more stuff. But there was like one or two things I wanted from Black Craft Cult, and I finally pulled the trigger and got them. Oh, great. Now she just did a big sigh. Now I really don't want to get up. I have things to do. Every time I have things to do and things like this happen, I think of all my dogs that aren't here anymore. And I just think, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this moment. And all the things I have to do can just wait for a minute. Because dogs are not with us long enough. No pets are. Dogs, cats, whatever your pet is. They're never with us long enough. So I'm going to leave you with some parting advice. Number one, if you can get a vaccine and they work on you, get them. Number two, don't judge people for getting vaccines or not getting vaccines because everyone has their reasons. Now, if there's stupid reasons, no, we won't go into that. But I mean, I think my reasons, looking at it in retrospect, my reasons for not getting vaccinated were, well, they're not vegan, they're not da-da-da-da-da. But I also made myself so much sicker and injured myself by not getting them because I kept getting the flu and passing out. So I have a reason to get them. But, if you have a reason and you should get them or your doctor says you should or whatever, that's a personal decision. But it's a very personal decision, just like it's a personal decision what we eat, what we put in our bodies, what we do in the bedroom. Everything's a personal decision. And the way I roll on this channel, so we don't judge people's personal decisions. It is personal. You do you, I do me, dude does dude. Everybody does what's best for them. And I don't judge because I don't know you. I don't walk in your shoes and you don't walk in my shoes. So let's just all say, let's trust that we know what's best for ourselves and what's best for us to do for ourselves and the decisions we make. So that's the way I roll around here. And I know now the best decision for me is to be like vaccinated against everything because I've had no problems since I've been doing that. So I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, if it didn't work, I wouldn't keep doing it, but it's working. So I'm going to keep doing it until it doesn't work anymore. And then I'll stop doing it. Maybe, I don't know. But for right now, years going on forward, it's been working. So in the years I didn't, it was not working. So, you got to do what you got to do. And that goes for everything. And my other advice is if you have a special moment like this happening, just remember this little creature or whatever little creature you have, there's craziness going on in your life at all moments of the day. But these guys are never with us long enough. Look at these ears. I love her. Oh, sorry. She's like, stop it, Mama. I'm sorry. I love your highlights. I love your highlights and lowlights in your ears. When I adopted her, I had pictures, and I actually did my hair to match hers. So in my adoption pictures of the bun, I did these exact colors. I had blonde. Tickling her ear. She's like, stop. Sorry, baby. I did my hair color to match hers when I adopted her. It was really cute. But I was saying these special moments, like these guys, you know, all the crap in your life is always going to be happening in your life. But these little creatures are not long with us. They are not long for this world. They're never around long enough. Rusty was with us over 18 years, and it's still, we were just saying it still wasn't long enough, and we still want her back, you know. The bun has been with me for a while now, and I just, like, there's going to be a day when I don't have her here to do this. So even though I have to go to the post office, even though I have to go to the grocery store, I'm just going to enjoy, like, this. And after I stop recording, I'm just going to sit with her for, 5 or 10 minutes and just be completely in the moment with her. Because these are the moments that when she's gone and now I'm getting a lump in my throat, someday when she's not here anymore, this is the moment that I'm going to want back. So I'm going to take a few minutes and enjoy this with my kids here. Eliza went back in my bedroom. She's like, it's too crowded over there. I'm going back in the bedroom. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to get Trudy upstairs and give her breakfast because she's sleeping in. And then I'm going to run my errands and go outside. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this ridiculously long rambling of mine. I'm not even going to edit this. I don't know if you've been noticing, but I haven't been editing my videos as much. But you might see some old videos of me and Jeremy that I have not... I have never uploaded because they are very long and they take me forever to edit. So there's going to be some throwback, like, unreleased videos of me and Jeremy from the summer, from this past spring, this past summer, stuff like that. And they're really good videos, so I do want to put them up. And I'll probably put in the title, when it was recorded. But they're so good, but that's why they take me so long to put up. And I'm just like, I keep shelving them because the editing is like crazy. And I'm really getting more into not editing as much, as you can tell, because I'm just rambling. Okay, I'm rambling now. So from me and the bun and from the sleepy dude, we're all doing well. We're resting. We're taking it easy. We're recuperating. Say bye, dude. Dude says, good night, everyone, even though it's the morning. We will see you in the next video. Bye for now. See you later today. Hopefully I'll have some makeup on. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm almost to 900. I can't believe it. I'm like 2 people away. But it goes up and down. But I already know my 900 giveaway. And it's going to be something from Unearthly Cosmetics and maybe some other goodies. Tapping my phone. And I got to get my nails done, hopefully on Friday, if I can get in. I got to go talk to... I got to talk to a couple of salons. I don't know where I'm going to go locally. I need to find somebody who's at least as good as this lady in Michigan. So it's going to be tough. Okay, I will talk to you the next one. Bye.